Yo! What is up, y'all? Welcome to day number 2 of the first round robin of the Professionals Tournament for Blitz Summer Cup. Hope that y'all are excited for today. My name is 34. I am NA's competitive streamer for English. And today we will be covering Reggie. Team Reggie, who are currently 1-1 so far, will be playing against Ponda and Origin. Two teams that we actually watched yesterday play against Leverage. We're going to be seeing both of them play against Reggie today. So we're going to be following Reggie for both games. They'll play Ponda in turn, in the first set, I suppose, not turn. First set, which is going to be starting in 8 minutes. And then the next one starting an hour after this next set starts, they'll be playing against Origin. Reggie's a team that I have not yet watched this entire series, so excited to see them play. They were top 8 last season, so we have high expectations for them again this season. You can check out the team here. They are led by Gentleman, and they also have Ben X, like I think I'll just go by Ben there. Celio, Atomic. I guess my webcam's kind of covering it. I'll turn it off for a second. Raikumo, Gizzo Goat, Margarita, Diablo, Droodles, and Witachu. So that is going to be the team that we will be following today. We've already seen Origin and we've seen Ponda, so we don't really need to reintroduce them. But that's the team that we are going to be following today. OG Millie, what's up? Milan, Pickle, Infinite, and Kamau all in here. Good to have you all. Think we have some good matches today? I hope so. I'm excited for today. And yeah, we'll get right on into it soon. Really quickly, I'm just going to show the website version of this sheet because it's a little bit more detailed. So let me go ahead and pull this one up. This one just kind of shows exactly where everyone's won and lost. So this is basically the same thing. It's just showing wins, losses, and points and all that stuff. But if we scroll down, we can kind of see exactly who beat who. So yesterday when I ended the stream, some of the sets were not all over. Ponda and Dinos, this set actually came down to a tiebreaker. So Ponda had 2 tiebreaker sets yesterday. They would have been a really good team to follow. But in the end, Ponda beat Dinos 4-3, and then Evany beat Nox 4-3. And then we had already seen Origin Leverage, and then Joker Reggie happened, I believe, on Rose's stream. So that is how things have gone so far in terms of who has played against each other. And then today will be tours 3 and 4. So we will be seeing the games Reggie Ponda right here, and then Reggie Origin down here as well. And then, of course, the other games that are going to be going on, Joker will play Nox and Evany. And then it looks like Leverage is going to be playing Evany Dino. So, I mean, you can just see all the matches here. This is everything going on today. I don't remember exactly which team Rose is following. That's something that I didn't actually remember to check, but I can go and do that in just a minute here. Just want to see if there's anything else that I'm missing. I don't think so. Let me go ahead and check to see who Rose is following. Rose is going to be watching Dinos. Okay. So Dinos will be playing against Origin and then Leverage. So if you guys would like to see Dinos, then you can watch his stream, Rose's stream. It looks like the predictions are already in. People are predicting Ponda here over Reggie. Okay. This will not be refunded. I don't care if there is a technical glitch or anything in this set. This is not for a refund at all. You know, whatever happens, happens. Even if Ponda lags out and Reggie takes it. Unfortunately, these top 8 sets are pretty big, so we're not going to do any sort of undoing here. So just to make that clear right now, place your bets. What's up, Vile? What's up, Ambrose? Welcome. Alright, yeah, excited for today's sets. But we did get our invite, so I'm going to go ahead and get all set up here. You're watching Reggie on the left, Ponda on the right, and in terms of maps, got some good maps. We're already starting off with my favorite map. I'll give you all a second to guess what it is. But let me set up the scoreboard first. No Windows noise, that's always nice. But yes, if you did guess it, Canal is the first map. Canal followed by Normandy for games 3 and 4, and then if we do see games 5, 6, and 7, those will be on Fort Despair and then Naval. So a lot of good maps today, although honestly there aren't very many bad maps in competitive in my opinion. A lot of them are very good. Canal, Normandy are two of my favorites, so we'll see how it goes. Andy, what's up? Badger, let's go. We'll see how it goes. Okay. But looks like we can go ahead and show the teams. Both of them are in fact showing up. Although it looks like some substitutions are still being made, but here we are, y'all. Canal for games 1 and 2. And this is one of my favorite maps to watch because there's so many different ways of playing it. Although the general approach is usually the same, the way that it is executed is often very creative and exciting. To explain what I mean, usually what ends up happening is a team will either capture A, B, or a team will capture C and D and get the lead, and then it's usually up to the other team to just push right across the map through from the AB side or from the CD side. It's usually a very simple solution like that. One team sets up a bunker, the other team tries to push right through it. It's very basic, but the way that it's pulled off is incredibly complex because there's so many different avenues of doing so. There's town, there's a little dip in the middle, there's dips on either side that you can kind of drive in on if you're going through AB. Lots of bushes, lots of cross map firing lanes, and it's just a very complex map, and it's a very enjoyable one to watch. So I am excited to see at least the first 2 games on this one. Drinking water today. Almost out of Arnold Palmer. Hopefully I will pick some up tomorrow. We'll see. Lots of people in the chat right now. What's up, Van Lee Roth? Toiko. I think I already said hi to you, Ambrose, but if not, hello. And yeah, we'll see how it goes here, y'all. This is a high-profile set because this is Droodle's first time in top 8. Droodle's being one of the largest YouTubers in World of Tanks Blitz at the moment. He is playing right now in a Leopard 1, a tank that we haven't seen used in competitive yet, really at all. I mean, maybe one game, but I don't even remember if we've seen it for one game. So we're already seeing some creativity here from either side as Ponda's running up with 2 T100s and a 50B. So a combination that you don't often see. So interesting stuff on both sides. Reggie also running a Bat Chat. So yeah, very creative stuff. Real quick, before the set begins, one thing I wanted to plug is you can see I'm wearing a 34 hat. I've also got a 34 sweatshirt, which I guess you can't really see the whole thing. It's got the tank logo and everything, but I do have a merch store set up. It's linked on my Twitch. I don't think my YouTube has a link, but you can find some there if you'd like. Sweatshirt, I'll admit, the print quality, it looks like it's starting to come off after a while. The hat is really top notch though. Loving the hat. It's very good quality. And the sweatshirt is really comfy. It's just that the print quality isn't the best. Anyways, with that shameless plug out of the way, we can go ahead and get ready for the set here. Interestingly, Ponda's not running any Sturves, a tank that you do commonly see in this meta, of course. And Reggie has 2 of them, as well as 2 60 TPs and a Yo to balance out the tanks that I previously discussed. Whereas Ponda's got 3 MLEs and an IS-7. So 2 very different lineups, obviously. It makes sense considering that the north and south spawns of Canal are completely different. But we will see how each of these tanks will be used in whatever particular strategy these 2 teams have come up with. I think I already mentioned that Reggie is 1-1. Ponda is also 1-1, so both of these teams are currently tied in terms of their positioning on the leaderboard right now. So, of course, whichever team wins this will be looking pretty good for this first round robin. And immediately, Reggie's crossing with their Sturves. Margarita gets spotted. Ponda doesn't put any shots in, though. Atomic, Margarita both spotted. Okay, Atomic will take a couple. Now, these 2 will both take a couple, but not a lot of damage being dealt to them. And Reggie's already lined up on the bases. It looks like, I don't know what those MLEs were doing. They were all kind of lined up in the middle here. I don't know if their plan was to get a punishing shot across, but they didn't do a whole lot of damage to those Sturves in particular, as Reggie have already double capped. Now they don't quite have a means to reset C, so it looks like Ponda will be able to get C and D quite quickly, although Market does get blind reset driving right into that building, and then Margarita just puts a shell right into that building. And Market just drove off of the base a little bit early there, so bit of silly and goofy plays here from Market, but eventually Ponda do get the base, and it looks like they are driving to take D as well, or at least Sherman maybe. Market kind of taking a bit of a longer approach, maybe just to be a little bit safer in knowing whether or not Reggie is set up there at all, but they're not. They're completely set up in AB, as is pretty normal. And Market again gets blind reset. He's getting blind shot, man. He's in predictable positions, getting blind shot again. He's being consistently reset over and over again. Honestly, good plays from Reggie, good awareness on their part, knowing where they expect the T100 LT to be resetting, or where to shoot the T100 LT to reset. But finally, Market does get it, but he has taken 2 hits, even though he hasn't even been spotted. So that's actually really funny. So really good job from Reggie there. They are all lined up here. You can see, I just want to take a note of the fact that the Leopard is being used here. Very high DPM tank, and it does make sense to have it in a more longer range utilization here. The tank can definitely get caught out if you do play it out in the open. It's a very large target, unlike the T100 LT, which is quite small and also has light tank camo. So it's definitely a much more difficult target to hit. But having the Leopard here in this position, they're using it almost purely because of its gun, to be honest. It's one of the most accurate guns in tier 10. It's also the second highest DPM gun in tier 10, I do believe, other than the Object 263. Could be wrong about that. There could be another TD that has higher DPM, but from what I remember, it is the second highest DPM in the game. I believe the raw value is actually slightly higher. I'm gonna have to fact check myself after this, because I feel like the more that I'm saying it, the more wrong I feel that I'm sounding. So I'm gonna have to fact check myself, but I know for a while it was the second highest DPM gun, but since the KPZ is added, I suppose I haven't really checked myself on that. So I'm gonna hold off on making such a large claim at the moment. But yeah, I guess for right now, we're just kind of seeing how tanks are getting felt out. Atomic did get lit here. He's going to back off. But both of the T100 LTs for Ponda are on opposite sides. You can kind of see if we zoom the minimap in here, we've got one of them over on the north spawn, one on the south spawn. And it looks like they are both trying to get a little bit of eyes out for the rest of their team. Ooh, Sherman's taking hits, but Reggie not able to do too much damage, but Pagman driving in, so is Chip, Ding Dong. They're all driving onto the B base with the goal of taking stuff out, but Ding Dong's taking a lot of hits, as is Chip. We're just seeing a nice sniping lineup here for Reggie. Droodles and Diablo are both sniping. They're going to get a nice clean kill on Ding Dong cross map. You can see that. They're just trying to stop the base, stop the cap points from bleeding, because at the moment it's 900 points here for Reggie, and things are not looking good for Ponda. They're going to continue to stop the base, but it's not going to be enough even if they hold on to it. They just need to be able to take the base itself. And Narax QC is just continuing to get railed here. The Leopard is actually a good role-playing tank here for this particular situation. You just be able to keep putting those shots out. And the rest of Reggie kind of bleeding them out nicely. Sherman in the T100 LT is going to take his step in, and that actually might be a better idea here for Ponda, but it might be a bit too late for that at this point. Yeah, 994 points, 997. And Chip does go down. That's 1,000 points, and Reggie will take game one there. They had that sniping situation nice and perfect, Doodles. In the Leopard, actually, I thought that was a really good tank pick. And Ponda was not able to crack that fortress. They never really even spotted those corner tanks, and yeah, Droodles and Diablo, the two sniping tanks all the way in that back corner, were able to do the most damage for the Reggie team. They're really good corner lineup. Of course, if you don't spot the Leopard, you are not going to be able to do anything to stop it from just completely melting your team with that DPM. I'm going to go ahead and pull up this second training room, and while that's going on, I'm going to fact check myself with that Leopard, because I could be absolutely wrong about that. And the more that I said that, the more wrong I felt. So I do want to double check myself. No, it is the highest raw DPM. Actually, I was correct in terms of the mediums. It's not the highest though. It's not the second highest of all tier 10s. It's the third. It's the third highest. Okay. So there's something else that has more. I would imagine. We know that the 263 is the highest, but what is the next highest? let's see. I'm just looking at Blitzhanger 9.5. Things might have slightly changed because I think there might have been some small balance tweaks, but I don't think there have been any big ones since 9.1. I don't know. I think it's a tank destroyer, but I'm not sure. It's definitely not the... it's not a medium tank. It's the highest of the meds, which is interesting, actually. Anyway, I was close to correct in that statement, so I'm not going to dig into it too much more. But contrary to popular belief, it looks like it does have higher DPM base than the KPZ. Anyway, we are on to our next spawn here. The spawns are swapped in very different lineups for both teams, and I guess I can go over them as the battle does start. Really quickly, want to say hi to y'all in the chat. TNTN's here, Works here. What is up? Caleb, Black Frost, Akio, Kaiser, Vlad, Nasir. What is up? Well, yeah, in terms of lineups, now it is Reggie running a double 50B here instead of Ponda's single 50B, as well as 2 IS-7s, 2 Stirves, and a Bat Chat. They are keeping the Bat Chat, but they are switching the player using it. This time, Ponda going to be running their double Stirves, and they will be taking the A corner. However, it looks like we are going to be seeing Sherman going for a reset of the C base, putting a quick one into Atomic. Flumo getting spotted, actually. Oh, Flumo's playing for Reggie. Didn't know that. No, he backs off. And it looks like Reggie were about to get the cap lead, but a very aggressive play in Sherman's end. We just saw him drive right across that bridge, able to spot out C, put a shot into Atomic, and Reggie have backed off of it. So Ponda able to take A and B. Reggie has D base, but right now C, not something that they are able to take. Looks like they're going to try again. Gizzo Goat going for it. Now, does Ponda have a method of spotting it and dealing with it? Doesn't look like it at this point. So Reggie will get their base, but Ponda was effective in stopping Reggie from taking the cap lead. And now, it is exactly what I talked about before the set even started, where this is pretty much exactly how it goes on Canal. A team either takes A, B, or C, D first. It's up to the other team to push. Typically, it does end up being the team on A, B, and now they just set up their fortress. Whereas we saw last game, Reggie had a very effective one using their Leopard and Bat Chat, both in the back corner, and they farmed extremely hard. But it doesn't look like Ponda has a similar approach. They're running very different tanks here. Kron Vons and T100s instead. They do have a 60 TP, whereas we did see one... Sorry, I'm looking on the wrong side. Over here is where I'm looking. They do have a 60 TP, as Reggie did, and also looks like Flumo Atomic taking more damage here, all the way on this side of the map. And Margarita taking a hit now as well. Interesting. And I just want to draw attention to Sherman's spotting position here, using the sneaky little bush. Not a commonly used one, but a spot used nonetheless. Wasn't paying enough attention to see whether or not Reggie was using it themselves last game, but it is a good spot to use. Definitely a little bit risky to put a light tank here because, you know, if you're getting blind fired at, which Reggie definitely could do, it is difficult to pen a heavy tank when you're blind firing it. T100 LT, though, we saw what happened to Market last game when he was getting blind fired, and that was like a third of his hit points gone in the first, like, minute and a half, and really, he wasn't even entirely at fault. I mean, the only thing you could blame him for was being in a predictable position, but he didn't get spotted or caught out or anything. Reggie just happened to guess correctly. But it looks like right now Reggie are biding their time, although they don't have a whole lot of time left to bide, if I do say so myself. They've got Droodles sneaking here in the Bat Chat, spotting Ding Dong up here, but he's not interested in shooting right now. This is a common tactic that you do see in competitive at tier 10, where you get a light tank player up here, but you don't want to shoot with it, because the second you shoot with it, you get spotted, and then that gives the other team information. So right now, Droodles is just being used for vision here, and it is effective in spotting Ding Dong, and obviously they can imagine where the rest of Ponda is, because that's just how this map is played, and Reggie made a strat like that themselves. But what is their pushing plan? Right now the Stirves are very far away. You can see Flumo and Atomic are both very far away, and the plan seems to be pushing through the middle, but both the 50Bs are spotted, as well as Gizzo Goat, thanks to Sherman's spotting position, as he does back down. But it looks like everyone from Ponda knows what Reggie's doing, and Margarita is going to be taking some damage here. The Sturves are lit, the Kronvons are starting to shoot, but Margarita's taking damage. However, yeah, the hit points are very big differential right now, and Ponda could in fact push right in if they wanted to. Looks like the 50 BUs here from Reggie trying to go for Sherman or Market. Can't entirely tell what the play is there, but Gizzo is just continuously getting bled as Margarita has already lost most of his hit points. And now Ponda's going for the counter push. They're going for Diablo. Gentleman's going to be the next target here. And it doesn't actually come down to that. Ponda does take it on caps. We are tied up 1-1 now, and basically both games, despite having vastly different lineups, they both ended up going the same exact way. One team holds on AB, the other team has to push into it. This time it just so happened that both teams in AB won. That's not always the case, and it's not easy to say whether or not, you know, like it's a huge advantage to have the AB side as opposed to the CD side, because there are effective ways to push through. It just comes down to what each team is prepared for. And that time, Ponda was very much prepared for that center push because of Sherman's spotting position in the IS-7, which is a very excellent decision for Ponda to put him there, in my opinion. Very well used there. Well, we're on to our next map, though. It is going to be Normandy, as previously mentioned, but we are tied up 1-1 at the moment, which means that, you know, since this is a 1st to 4 wins set, means we're going to be seeing at least 5 games, so that third map will come into play. Exciting stuff there. And Ponda, again, running some interesting tanks here. We're seeing a Super Conquer and an E5, not the most commonly used tanks in the current meta. 1 Sturve and 2 777s and 2 Krons. So a healthy mix of hull down tanks, DPM tanks, and just good old-fashioned armor. And Reggie is running some certainly interesting tanks of their own. Droodle's ready up in the Caro. Apparently he was running the Caro yesterday on stream as well. I didn't actually watch those games with a whole lot of detail. I was kind of had it on in the background, rewatching it while I was also hanging in voice chat with some friends. So I didn't really break down the Reggie set because I do believe that they were covered yesterday, but thought I did see that Droodles was running the Caro yesterday as well. I didn't see how well it worked out for him, but I am curious to see how it will be used on Normandy here, which is a more symmetrically inclined 4-cap map. Canal is a 4-cap map, but very asymmetrical. But this map is quite symmetrical in design, with very few differences, although I suppose they are noticeable differences between the two spawns. Most notably, the A side, and Reggie's spawn has a bit of a better defense of A than does Ponda's spawn. But that's just a small detail that, I mean, teams do take advantage of it for sure at top level, but in terms of general style, it doesn't really change the way that one spawn is used over the other. Right away, it looks like Reggie is headed more towards the A side, whereas Ponda seems to be more in line to take the C base quickly and then potentially go for a push through, but Gizzo already crossing right through to A, and Sherman's going to go for a base defense here. I'm going to try to prevent Gizzo from taking it. Skips is spotted all the way in the back in the Kronvon. There's not a whole lot Reggie can do about it, though. The Kronvon has one of the strongest turrets in the entire game in terms of armor thickness and also just ability to break through it. Those cupolas on top, although they are there, they do slightly exist. They're not very easy to hit at all. Also, Sherman is fully committed down here for a defense of the A base, which is something to keep in mind. But Reggie's completely abandoned C and D. Ponda's going to take D. That's actually going to put a ton of cat pressure on Reggie right now. They've got all of their Kronvons lined up in the middle, and it seems like they're sort of turned around to deal with the push through from Ponda. Nice shot from Jta, though. That was really good. But they are making a move here. Diablo's driving right behind Sherman all the way in his TVP, and he's actually going to be able to clip Sherman right on out. He's getting absolutely obliterated here. Honestly, it might have been best for him to just take that clip. At the same time, though, Ponda's going for a counter push right through the middle, though. Margarita and Atomic, they both have plenty of shots left in their Kronvon. It's not entirely clear that Mini's going to survive long enough to put it out, though. He honestly just needs to start firing his gun. And he actually goes down before Sherman. Sherman is still surviving and is able to put in another shot here on Gizzo Goat. And in the same time that it took for Reggie to kill an isolated tank, Ponda has already taken 2 out. And Gizzo Goat will drop as well, a 3rd tank here. J-Ta missing that kill. Droodles is trying to help out with Skips here with Diablo, but he has to fire his reserve shell, and now he's out of shells. Skips is going to go for the kill on Droodles instead of Diablo, which makes sense to me. Get that kill there. So unfortunately, Droodles' backup shell not quite going to work out for him. And then Gentleman falling as well. Diablo is just trying to keep Skip stuck, which is pretty funny here. But Ponda did clean up on the rest of the other side quite nicely. However, it is Diablo left alone against 4 Ponda tanks. I didn't really have to show that brawl over there to show kind of what was going to go down. It was 4 heavy tanks from Ponda against 2 from Reggie. And now, Diablo, the only tank remaining, he's going to push and find himself a certain face-hugging enjoyer as he activates his reactive to kind of lessen the damage that he's about to take, but it's not going to make much of a difference. Diablo putting in his final shells, and that's going to be game 3 for Ponda as they take the lead for the first time this set. What's up, Shoto? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, man? With 5 gift subs as well. Holy cow. Shoto turning up with the gift subs. That's hype, dude. Appreciate you for that. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you for that, dude. Very kind, very kind. Shoto the goat. Hell yeah. It's awesome. Anyway, thank you for that. Time to focus on the set, but Shoto, you're always appreciated. And then everyone who got a sub, make sure to thank him. We are here for game number 4 now. Spawns will swap. And we're seeing another less commonly used tank, Reggie picking the Vickers Light, although not unheard of. It's just less common. The Kara, though, I can't imagine any other comp team is using it besides Reggie. I mean, it is an auto-reloading medium, which makes it somewhat unique, but unfortunately, wasn't really enough. Ponda just kind of pushed right on through all of their tanks. Reggie took way too long to get the kill on Sherman there. He survived for a long time. So it looks like he's in the Yo now, so another non-standard tank being used here, but I do respect it. We have seen Yos used on this map before. The question is, will it be a 2-shot or a 3-shot? 3 Stirves this time for Ponda. This is the most that they've run so far this set. Reggie with 2 of them, Super Conk and an E5, so exactly what Ponda did last game. Maybe Reggie realized how useful they were and decided to incorporate them now that they have the south spawn. But no light tank for Ponda. Reggie running the only light tank in this game. So they will have that advantage, although, then again, they had it last game too. They had a TVP and a Kara, so they definitely had the mobility advantage for sure. But didn't really matter. Ponda just kind of pushed right through with their Stirves, and, you know, the rest is history. But we have seen, you know, Reggie took a game before. It's not like they're completely out of hope right now. That game wasn't necessarily close, but they've already proven that they can hold their own against Ponda team, who has definitely proven themselves. All right. Well, game number 4 about to begin, and I suppose this time we can catch the plane from Normandy getting shot down and exploding in the center in a great ball of flame. Beautiful. Always fun to watch. And it seems Ponda this time is committing more to the AB side as Reggie did last game. Reggie committing more to CD as Ponda did last game. Okay. But it looks like Diablo wants to push right on through, going for quick spots. He lights Sherman in a bush. Lighting Sherman in the bush and not getting spotted himself. That's actually very impressive play there from the Vickers. And Sherman getting lit. And he's going to drive himself to the corner here, but it looks like Ponda is not going to leave him alone. They are going to support. They initially went over to the AB area, but now they will take C, although they will be a base down here. But Atomic actually is quite alone over on the A side. You could definitely take the base right now if you wanted to. It seems like now that Reggie knows Ponda's on D, it would not be a bad time to take A. However, that could prompt a push from Ponda, realizing that one of Reggie's tanks is isolated all the way on the A side. And in fact, there are 2, as the Vickers Light is there as well. But Ponda wouldn't know that if Atomic started capping right now. They'd only know that 1 tank is there. But it seems like they're rotating again, bringing some tanks more towards the center of the map once again. And obviously moves have to be made at some point, but Ponda not quite committing yet. I'd like to find a little bit more information first. And right now it's also funny to note both Droodles and Sherman are opposing each other here in their heavy tanks, just sitting in the corner of the map. For those of you who didn't know, heavies are the new tank destroyers. If you ever need a TD, just run an M6 Yo or run a Super Conqueror. Now, I mean, I know that this is competitive and this is part of the strat, but I do have to point the comedy of the whole situation of, a heavy tank being the subject of Droodles' video, being in the corner of of Dead Rail, but here we are. This is what has evolved of that situation, I suppose. In the meantime, it looks like Sherman has been replaced by someone else. It is now Ding Dong and the Sturve taking the corner, so heavy camping is the meta, contrary to what popular YouTubers might say. Also, K-Dog, I would not recommend begging for a sub. That just sounds desperate. Let's not do that. Thank you. Anyway, no moves really being made here, although it does seem that Ponda is lined up to push A. Reggie has a defense for it, similar to the defense that Ponda had put up last game, with one tank in the back, one tank in the front. But Ponda has 3 tanks here, and they double tap Atomic. Rax missed his shot. That could have been a triple tap. But we are going to see a push prompted here from Reggie. They're going to be going towards the middle bowl, but Jeta is getting reset here quite consistently. Check out Diablo in the Vickers. He's still putting shots in. Atomic is taking hits as well, though, and Jeta is still grabbing the base. And actually, he may be able to grab it here. I don't think that Reggie's going to have the reload here, so we are going to see the base taken. However, over on the other side, it looks like Droodles, Margarita, Flumo, Gentleman, and Gizzo Goat. The rest of the tanks are moving in, and Sherman and Ding Dong are caught out here. And so this actually could be a very big pickup for Reggie if they can kill Sherman with their 3 tanks. Ding Dong farming from the back, but he is not going to be able to shoot anyone very easily as Margarita hiding behind the building. So, but I actually do drop that tank right there, but the tanks in behind here, they need to start picking off either Gizzo or Gentleman, and right now Ponda just not really committing. Although Ding Dong is going for a base here. That's an interesting play to make. Atomic is down at the bottom with J-Todd. Diablo and Atomic will take him out here. Atomic going to go for the kill. Misses it. J-Todd puts in another shot. The face hug Goat himself. Skips has died over on the other side of the map due to Diablo. And in fact, J-Todd does not get the kill on Atomic. He gets ram killed. But right now it's a 4-on-6 at the moment. Ponda is got even hit points, but they're down 2 tanks, now only 1. Make that 2 again. It's a 3-on-5. Chip has plenty of health, though. But Ding Dong is stopping base C, whereas base A is currently being taken by Atomic. And Ponda just got 2 kills there, so it's now all of a sudden a 3-on-3, but Ding Dong is caught out here by Flumo, who's going to put in a big shell there. Max rolling Ding Dong, in fact. He is now only on 300 hit points. He might not be able to escape. He does escape, but not Diablo. Diablo does catch him out here, and now Reggie has a tank advantage. Atomic is quite far away, but Chip has a full clip here. He's full health. Or not full health, he's very healthy. He puts in his first shot, but he's tracked. Second shot missing. Oh no. He needed to hit that shot. And Flumo is actually left alive because of that unfortunate miss. Paflupi does get the kill anyway, but Diablo is just going to have an easier time picking this kill up. Rolls low there, leaving Paflupi on 11, although admittedly he would have needed a very good roll to get that kill, but Diablo will pick up Paflupi here, and at this point, Chip is in a 2v1 situation. His clip is not looking terribly healthy. If he drove into the C base, that would definitely help him for sure, but it's going to be very difficult to be able to beat Reggie on the caps here, as Atomic, who is at the moment just staying safe and far away from the fight, does not need to insert himself at all. Reggie has reached 900 cap before Ponda reaches 800. So even though Ponda is outproducing Reggie by double, Reggie needs less than half the cap points that Ponda needs. So Reggie actually wins this one as long as Diablo kites and Chip doesn't somehow pick up the kill here. Which won't be as easy for Diablo to do just because of the fact that he's driving around all this cover. And Chip does hit 1 shell. And he's got his super speed now. Is he going to try to turn around? He is. Is Diablo going to be able to turn around in time? Uh-oh, 960 points here. Chip going for a tracking shot. If he gets the kill here, that could change things quite a bit. He does get the kill. Now all of a sudden it's not looking good here. If Ponda reaches 900 points before Reggie reaches 950, now Ponda's winning on the points. Now it is Reggie's need to kill Chip here, and Atomic may not be able to do it. That kill was absolutely vital here for Ponda, and they are likely to win here as a result, unless somehow Chip does throw away his health. But no, goes down to time. Wait a second. Wait a second. Who won that? Did Reggie win that? Who won that? Because it went down to time, so the caps didn't run out. Who was cap leading? Reggie won it. What? Oh my goodness. Ponda was outproducing Reggie. They were about to overtake them. But the time limit came, and Reggie won it there instead. I gotta watch that back. That is crazy. That game could not have been closer. Chip did everything correct. Chip did exactly what he had to do. But Time really did it instead of the caps. That is absolutely insane. What a game there. Reggie equalizing it as we move on to Fort Despair for game 5 and 6. Wow. That's incredible. That is incredible. Oh, man. Anyway, we are on to Fort Despair here, and Reggie's running 360 TPs and an IS-4, IS-7 concept in T57. Ponda 2 Crons, 3 777s, a Sturvet, and MLE. So none of these teams have a single tank in common. Two very different lineups. Fort Despair is pretty symmetrical. One of the most symmetrical maps in the game. So curious to see how the two spawns will dictate how they get used. There are slight differences in the way that the spawns are set up. One of them has a better overlook on the A side than the other. That being the spawn that Reggie has currently, the northeast spawn, but that's insane. Insanely small difference there. That doesn't really make a huge diff. Anyway, here we are. And yeah, game number 5 about to begin. Let's get it. Set is tied 2-2. Well, here we go. Game 5. Sorry, I'm just watching back the last few seconds of the game 4 here just to kind of see what happened there, because I still can't make sense of it. My guess is that time ran out and Reggie was just right behind on the cap. Reggie was just right ahead in the caps because Ponda was about to overtake them. But I shouldn't get too caught up in that. It is now time for game 5. And it seems that both teams are heading towards C. And I would say that I kind of like the 777's chances of this side, but 60 TPs. Looks like Reggie's sending 2 of them, but they're staying pretty far back. But Pagman and Gizzo go specking each other. Oh my goodness. Pagman takes some big hits there. Sherman stuck in the corner here. And yeah, so that's actually really bad for Ponda. Oh my goodness. Their initial plan was to take C quickly, but the double tap from Reggie pushing Pagman off. Droodles and Market are going to trade as well, but Reggie's taken B. So Reggie's actually holding Ponda off of C as they get base B, so they now have the cap lead. J-Town not going to be able to get a reset on B. So, oh my goodness, my camera's going crazy. I apologize for that. Is Reggie going to push into C now? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Reggie's going to get on a bit. They're going to double. Are they going to double cap? Yeah, they push Ponda off of C. They grab B, and now they're going to take C. That is incredibly ballsy, but ooh, Atomic taking a big one there. Market staying in the cubby hole. But Reggie's got 2 bases now. Ponda's got nothing. They need to make a move. They are making a move. J-Ta is going to be leading the Ponda play here as he steps into B. But Reggie is up by a lot of caps here. They up by like 120 or so. Yeah, he is going to take the base. Reggie realizing, you know, they're not going to be able to reliably hold C and also B. But they are fully committing towards the C side, and Market's not spotting anything. He's ISO here. Uh-oh. And Reggie's making a play in Market. I think they're kind of putting him there as a distraction, but oh my goodness, he's about to realize that there's tanks behind him. Uh-oh, Market. And he's got Pagman to help him out, but he's got tanks on his rear, 260 TPs and a T-57. They are preloading the tungsten, the clip consumable. He's done. Market's done. Ponda, on the other hand, are counter-pushing into Atomic and Diablo. And they're going to take out 2 tanks just as fast as Reggie's going to take out Pagman and Market. So down goes Atomic. And now Diablo is surrounded by several Kronvons from Ponda, as well as a 777. They get taken out. And actually, Ponda gets their 2 kills before Reggie gets theirs. And they're going to pick up a third, actually, on Droodles here. Uh-oh. So Ponda's taking out 3 tanks before Pagman even falls. That's actually incredible. So Ponda was able to get their kills rather quickly. And now I like this position that Jta's in. Kind of, you know, just distracting the 60 TP. He takes another shot as he turns around. They're going to try to go for Rax QC in the Kronvon and stepping onto the B base. But at the same time, C is being taken by Sherman. So Ponda not really in huge danger of the caps right now. However, Rax is in danger. But they're just going to reset Flumo and income Jta, Pafalupi from the rear. Gentleman's going to go for a clip into the rear, but it's not going to be enough. Flumo will not survive. Rax takes him out, which is honestly very impressive considering he was holding these 3 tanks basically by himself. And at this point, Ponda's got B and C. They've got a tank advantage by 2. They've got the hit point advantage. It's going to be very difficult for them to lose this one, yeah. It's a 5-on-2. Margarita now being surrounded by many tanks. Gentleman may get the pickup on Sherman. Yeah, nice tracking shot. Stops him in his tracks. Pun somewhat intended. But that's going to be it. And Ponda's actually going to take the lead 3-2 here. And Gentleman's just loading his clip up at this point. He's not going to reload it in time. He may reload. No, he is going to reload it. He's got plenty of hit points, but doesn't seem like he's really interested in even putting it in at this point. Just, you know, end it. No, he's turning his turret now. Of course, now he's turning his turret, but it's a little too late for that, Mr. Gentleman. You did not put a shot in. So Ponda's going to go back up on the set lead. So this has been a very back and forth set here. These teams are quite evenly matched, despite what the prediction may have said in terms of the points. But Reggie clutched that game 4 out fair and square. Ponda's up by 1 game, but Reggie does definitely have a chance to equalize here. And they can definitely do it. They do have it in them. They're playing quite well this set for sure. Chip isn't in this match either. I would be surprised if he broke something. That's funny, Pickle. He did play that last game as well as he could have, but yeah, he's currently not in. I can't see. Doesn't look like they have a spec either. And I can't see the middle right now because I'm only seeing Reggie in the middle. Because I'm on the Reggie side. But this is game 6, Yell Fort Despair. Will it go to a tiebreaker or Ponda close it out? This is a very important set because, you know, both teams are contending for top 4. And these are 2 teams that people are thinking are kind of on the lower half of top 4, you know. Joker and Origin are obviously the 2 favorites to make it into top 4 because they're the 2 teams that are returning from last season's top 4, right? And then in terms of the third team, you know, Leverage has high expectations considering they've won 2 seasons before. So they're expected to be up there. And Ponda's made a top 4 before, but this set against Reggie is important because both of them are tied in the standings right now. And the fact that this set's so close says that, you know, these teams both are competing very heavily for top 4. So only one of them is likely to make it unless somehow they both squeak in over a team like Leverage or Joker or Origin. But the way that those teams have been playing, it's hard to say, you know, what's going to happen. That being said, Leverage in Ponda set was quite even as well. We saw that it came down to a tiebreaker. My point is just being that, you know, these teams on the lower half of top 4 are all very competitive with each other, so every single set matters. The fact that Ponda beat Dinos yesterday is absolutely massive because Dinos is also a team on the lower half of top 4 that are definitely fighting for their spot. And they've beaten these higher level teams before, like they've beaten Ponda before. They can definitely hold their own there. And so that's why all these mid-level sets matter. And they really, really do. Once again, Reggie is rocking the Concept 1B. This time they'll bring an Emily of their own, though. 3 777s in a stir, so they definitely do believe in Ponda's 777 strats, of which they're only running 2 this time, but again, they're committing one to C-side, although Pagman not going to be the person to do it this time. He's going to be spotting over in the A bush, lighting Atomic, Gizzo, Diablo and Gentleman. So lighting 4 tanks there, which is good information for Ponda. And they are going to step in to see, that being J-Ta, who takes it, no problem. And he's going to back himself out. I know that there's a base bug right now where it looks like the capture bar was red, but it is in fact the blue team that grabbed that one. And Reggie's not taking a base at the moment. They are currently chilling out. They're not going to worry about B, even though they are kind of safe to do it. No, it does look like Gizzo is going to step in. He is pretty isolated. The rest of Reggie is not really predicting, but Droodles is covering up top in the Concept 1B. He's very confident in this bush. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Market put in a blind fire eventually, but he's not looking to do it, it seems. He's just kind of chilling in this bush. Doesn't want to fire, doesn't want to get himself spotted. And I definitely do understand the decision-making to not fire. Ponda just mostly stacked on C. They've got the base lead, and what they're thinking is that Reggie is likely to push through C if they want to try to take the cap lead away from Ponda and fight their way back into things. They'll definitely need to go for a cap because right now the difference in points is about 80, which is the exact delta that occurs whenever one team gets a kill on another team. One team gains 40 points, the other team loses 40. It's a delta of 80. And so the fact that 80 points separate these teams means that one kill may or may not be enough to swing the lead. Now, as I'm saying all this, it looks like Reggie's lined up with their 777s in case Ponda decides to push through. Similar to how Reggie pushed through last game, but Ponda's not doing it. They are being chilling, so to speak, and not worried about pushing through, which makes sense because they do have the cap lead. But they also haven't spotted an isolated target, kind of like how Market was isolated last game. So right now, not a whole lot of moves. Let's go ahead and watch from the other side of things, see if any advances have made. Droodles was spotted. He drove over the bush a little bit and did actually get himself lit. I think that was an intentional play from Droodles, is my guess, just to see if he gets spotted and see if there is any sort of Ponda presence over on this side of the base, this side of the map. And the fact that Droodles got spotted tells himself that he realizes that there's got to be someone here. Now, Gizzo also gets spotted here, so he knows there's a tank in that bush. That's the only place Ponda could be spotting him from. And so good decision for him to blind fire it. There's nothing there, but does make sense what's going on. But what's Pagman doing? Is Pagman lagging out? Pagman looks like he lagged out there. He just drove right on it through that. Interesting. Yeah, he just lagged right on over. And Reggie's going to take this opportunity to push into Ponda here. Atomic took a hit. And they're finding J-Ta, Sherman all here. Ponda's lined up here. Ponda is ready for this push, but Rax misses both shells. You're in a Kronvon. You need to be hitting your shells. They're going to go for a push here on Sherman. And 4 Reggie tanks are all lined up on him, but Sherman is still fine on the health. And Atomic is absolutely getting obliterated here. They do take the C base. And Reggie is coming in with backup tanks. They do get the kill on Sherman. Atomic is still alive. But in come Ponda with reinforcements. But in comes Reggie with reinforcements as well. Rax and Market have turned their attention. That being said, though, Atomic does fall, and Gizzo falls as well off camera. Didn't see where that happened. Down goes Pafloopy as well, so it's a 5-on-5. The rest of Ponda is kind of lined up over from the B side, but they definitely need to stop the bases from ticking. Pagman's driving right on in, but in front of a couple Reggie tanks. They're not interested, though. So Flumo's ISO in a 2v1. J-Taw's going to definitely farm him on out. Reggie is definitely more going for the push here on Market Man. They're going to get the kill, but Margarita falls. They will pick off Rax, but they lose Flumo, so it's going to be a 3-on-3 here. But Reggie is at 900 base points here. Ponda slightly down in the hit points. They've got an even lineup in terms of guns, but where KC is just getting farmed. Diablo, Droodles, both putting in big shells. Now Ponda's down on the hit points, And they stopped C, but they need to stop B as well. It's 915 points right here. But Pagman's looking to get the kill on Droodles. That's something that Reggie does not have the opportunity to make, is a quick kill. And Diablo missing the shot. There's a turret on Diablo right now. Droodles' turret landed on Diablo. He bled an extra couple hundred damage. And now Diablo's surrounded by all 3 Ponda tanks. And despite Ponda being down on the hit points initially, my game crashed again. My game crashed again. I hate it here. I hate it here. In the clutchest moment, where Ponda was coming back from a hit point deficit, it's now a 1 versus 1 in everything that's happened. It's a 1v1, but Reggie wins it on the points. I hate it here, man. I hate it here. Reggie gets it. They take the 1v1, but the time isn't enough. Ponda didn't manage the bases, and we're going to a tiebreaker. What the heck? Bro. This set's amazing. This is such a good set. Ponda almost clutched it up with the 3-on-1, but they they lost a tank. Man. No comments, dude. That's the second time that my game has crashed in an important moment. It's not me closing the game. I'm not pressing the X button because my mouse is like moving the camera, right? My mouse is not on the X button. The game just crashed. Straight up. Yeah, okay. Anyway, Naval Frontier's the tiebreaker. I'm sorry that y'all had to miss that, but Naval Frontier's the tiebreaker. Reggie with 2 cap clutches to keep themselves in this set. Ponda just needs better cap management. We already saw that against Leverage yesterday. Their cap management ultimately lost them several games. History might repeat itself here. If they lose this set as well, with those 2 games being in their grasp, that's painful. That being said, Reggie did bring it to a 1v1, so it's not to say that Ponda threw away their lead that they certainly had, because, you know, at the end of the day, it was a 1v1. Either tank could have won it. But, caps are important, and Ponda needs to learn that. For Game 7 here on Naval, it looks like Reggie will run a Batchat at 2 and 5B. 2 less commonly used tanks, but strong tanks nonetheless. Ponda with double Kron, IS-4, IS-7, Sturv MLE, 60 TP. Lots of different tanks here for Ponda. Reggie running a fair assortment of their own as well, with another IS-4, 60 TP, and 2 Krons of their own. Oh man, and now my texture's bugged. Something is up with my game, y'all. I am definitely, I don't think I want to uninstall and reinstall live on stream, because I think while I'm streaming, my internet is going to slow down quite a bit because of the stream. And I don't know if I'll be able to reinstall the game in time, but I'm definitely going to have to do that in between streams here. Tomorrow is a day off of covering. I will definitely be looking at my installation of the game, because that's the second time that this game has crashed midstream. Anyway, Flumo's going for an early spotting position here in the Sturv. Gets a quick shot on Sherman. Actually tracked him. Spawn him right on out. IS-4 is very low profile. If he crosses here, he may or may not take another hit. But Diablo is also going heavy side himself, but a sneaky position of his own. No, Sherman does take a second hit. He's not actually worried about crossing over there. He just wants to kind of side scrape himself here. Although JTEL from Ponda will take the C base. And Flumo's getting spotted here. But oh my goodness, what is Sherman doing? He's just driving up to the side scraping position here. He's taken 3 hits to do it. I hope that Ponda thinks it was worth it, because Flumo has done an excellent job at bleeding Sherman out there. Nothing wrong with Wargaming servers. I don't think it's the server. I think that's just straight up my client. Gizogoat's in the same position as Sherman, but the other side, but he's pushing right on through. An Atomic spotted. Oh my goodness. Ponda realizes that Sherman is toast. Sherman is overextended here. But Atomic is actually being covered back by... Oh my goodness, there's a spawn trap here from Pafalupi. And Atomic... So yeah, it's Pafalupi, Rax, and Awerk, and they all bleed Atomic, but it doesn't matter. It looks like Reggie's just going in for a full push on Sherman, but Market covering with Gizogoat. And Sherman's going to put in another shot himself. JTAL's going to be coming on in, but Margarita will be behind him. But Sherman's still alive. Work QC is going to cover him now. But Market could get bled out here a little bit. He's in an awkward position himself. Reggie's got 3 tanks up top here. Gizzo's going to back into the B base. And Margarita could take a base himself. No, Gizzo gets killed. It might not have been a bad idea for Margarita to step on C. That would be useful for Reggie. That may come back to bite them. No, he's going to go for a quick clip on Jta instead, actually. Ooh, Jta's going to lose a lot of hit points here. Rax does as well. Rax just got nuked. There's Diablo. He puts the shot in, but Jta just got himself fully clipped out here, and looks like Reggie's going to push right through B to respond. Flumo and Gentleman both pushing right on through to get the kill on Jta. Droodles is going to flank around and get the kill. Jta's just finding himself in the middle of La La Land here. He's just hiding as best he can, just running around. I don't know how to cover this, because Gentleman's getting pushed in the middle by all of Ponda. Work QC going to get that kill. And now it's big advantage here for Pondas. They have all of their tanks left alive. Jta, who's kind of driving himself in the middle of nowhere, finally goes down, but it took him a while to get the kill, and Atomic has fallen as well. Where do I cover? Where is all the action here? It's everywhere. At the end of this all, it's a 6v4, but the hit points are not that far off. And Reggie has Clippers here. They can definitely bring the hit points back. However, Ponda has a base, and they're working on two others. B is being captured. A is also being captured. And will Work QC be able to snag this one? He might actually be able to do so. No, A is not being captured anymore. They're worried about killing Flumo, and they do so. Pafloopy sneaking the kill there instead of grabbing base A. They take B. Pafloopy's going to grab A. No need to throw your advantage here. Pagman's kind of having a little bit of a hug here with Margarita. He's going to have to roll high for the kill here. He's on 403. No, he doesn't shoot in time. And Droodles is saying GG here. He thinks it's game over at this point. It's a 6v2. Droodles gets a kill, but down goes Diablo, and it is Droodles left alone against 5 Ponda tanks. Oh my goodness. Oh no. And despite all of that close sets going on, Game 7 going to Ponda. They take it. That is a very crucial win for them. Very crucial moment for Ponda. Great win. Although that was an amazing set across the board. I'm sure we can all agree there. Reggie, y'all put up an amazing fight. And I hope to see more success in the next set. Ponda takes that one. A very close one. They definitely had the cap pressure that game. Man. Feel bad for Rose. What happened to Rose? Did something happen to Rose? Hope Rose is good. Oh, man. Okay, well, anyway. Yeah, crash aside, that definitely did happen, but, you know, it is what it is. I can't do anything about it, right? I can only try to fix my, my client for the next one. So I will definitely be doing that. I will definitely be reinstalling the game between then and now. Anyways, let's take a look at how the other sets have gone. We can see Joker and Origin are... They're all done. So we can see 3 battles across the board. So 2 or 3 is completed. And I guess we can just scroll down here, and this might be a better way of looking at things. So Levers defeated Ebony 4-0. Joker over Nox 4-0. Both of those maybe not surprising. Dinos goes down to Origin, but they do take a game. And Ponda Reggie was a Game 7 set, so we got the best one again, which is awesome. Yesterday we got the Game 7. Ponda's been all in Game 7s, by the way. They've all come down to Tiebreaker. They lost a Tiebreaker, then they won, and then they won. So Ponda's been the team to watch so far in this top 8. But we are going to be watching Reggie Origin next. That's going to be the next set here. Ponda will be playing Nox. I hope they don't go to Tiebreaker against Nox. Ponda definitely has higher expectations than Nox, for sure. Definitely pissed, but I much prefer someone handling something like that with professional attitude. I mean, it's hard to say I'm pissed. It's more like, bruh. It's like a bruh moment. I wouldn't even say that I'm pissed. It's just a bruh moment, honestly. My computer had a bruh moment. Oh, you're saying you feel bad because you stuck with 4s and 4-1s. He's choosing his teams. In fact, Rose went so far as to choose his teams for the entire round robin before I even got the chance to look at it at the sheet. So I'm kind of, you know, picking up the scraps, and maybe I'm getting lucky, but he's the one choosing his teams. Yo, what's up, Sneaky? What's up, Sponge? Anyway, that is the current standings, or that's the current results. These are the standings. Joker Origin still undefeated. Leverage Ponda, I have both won 2 and lost 1. And then Reggie Evany are both 1 and 2, and then Dinos and Nox have not yet won a set. That's tough, especially for Dinos, because they were expected to be a top 4 contender. Who were their first matchups? So Dinos lost to Joker, that's a hard one. They lost to Origin, which is a hard one, so they've played both of the strongest teams. They lost to Ponda, it was a team that they want to beat. So they've had a very tough start, and their last games should be easier for them. They still have leverage. Leverage is going to be hard, but they're going to have Reggie, Nox, Evany, I think, for the last 3, yeah? Evany, Reggie, and Nox. Yeah, there you go. So tough start for Dinos, and it can definitely be discouraging when you see those are your first 3 games, but they definitely have the ability to come back here if they just win out, which they definitely can. Oof, okay. Anyway, that's that. I am going to go ahead and play a game. I think would be the move. First, I have to thank some follows here. I got follows from JM Muscatel during the game, as well as Mayo Lehman. I don't know how to pronounce that, but good to have you both in the stream. If you are new here, y'all, please drop a follow on the Twitch, subscribe to my YouTube, and would be happy to have y'all back sometime. I'm getting a lot of pings on Discord. I'll check them out later, but I'm kind of in the middle of a stream right now, obviously. Yeah, let's go ahead and play a game. I've actually been kind of balling out in Tier 10 lately. I don't normally play it in pubs, let alone on stream in pubs, but just, I don't know what it is. Lately I've just kind of been feeling like playing Tier 10, so what's a good one to play? Maybe IS4. I'm trying to rehab a lot of my older tanks to 3k. I have already rehabbed 2 of them. My Chieftain was at 2900, and also my E4 was at 2900, and I got both of them above 3k. One of them I want to work on is the IS4. Played it when I was not the best, and I would like to rehab it, so we can work on this tank. Not a high battle count, so it shouldn't be hard, because I'm definitely a capable player of doing it, but, you know, when I'm on stream and I'm slightly distracted, who knows how things will go. They've gone well so far during the tournament streams, but they don't always. Reggie played better than I thought they would. No, I had good expectations of Reggie. They've got strong players. They've been in top 8 several times before. They're not new to the competitive scene at all. Obviously, most of the attention is on Droodles, and it's his first top 8. But he is, like, regardless of how you feel about Droodles, he's surrounded by a strong team. So even if you think, oh, Droodles is bad, blah, 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 Reggie's a good team. And personally, I don't think Droodles is bad. I'm not trying to say that at all. I'm just saying it doesn't matter what you think about him. Reggie is a solid team. Although many of you may have been surprised today, I was not. I expected them to play well. So unfortunately our PTA is kind of outmatched over there. I hope that he stalls, but it doesn't seem like he's stalling at all. He's not. He's definitely not. Are there other tanks from red team here? There are. They're both Clippers. That doesn't always feel good. If I look over that way, will the 57 peak? Yes. And our 57's going crazy. Okay. I'm just going to do this. Our PTA died. They have 2 tanks there. Bounce. There's their Yag. And there's their 183 as well. Let's see if I can get a bounce from the Yag. He misses. I'm pushing. Don't care if I take the hits. Well, it seems I only take 1. It's totally cool on my end that we're getting a good push going here. And yeah, that was 3 tanks, the 92E1, T125 and E50, and all the way on the other side. We've got a good push going. An Amarak would have been pretty good. I saw that his was damaged, but he did repair it. What's up, Yaha? C. Jansen, what's up? Let's start turning ourselves around. Maybe able to pick up this kill, actually. 92 got the kill in the 57. Our E75 is low. It's a 4-on-3. I'm healthy, though, and their E50M's about to die. I'm not going to go for him. I don't need to. Let me in. I'll take a hit for you. I do not mind. I got you. I'll get this kill. And the 92 picks up his own kill. Good on him for doing so, but he will take an HE from me now. 461, a bit of a low roll. And 92 sounds like he's running a small gun. Big mistake on his end trying to circle an IS-7. That doesn't really happen. Especially when you're driving over a hill. Oh, man. So the BS spam. Is someone spamming? Who's spamming? Waldo Enriquez. Oh, okay, I see, I see. One thing that you can do, Draconic, if you feel the need, is if you do hide user on this channel, that just prevents all of their messages from being seen by anyone. So that's something you can do on YouTube. I'm not 100% familiar with YouTube moderation, but from what I can tell, that's what you do. Oh, you gave on the Latin team. Nah, Sponge has not given up on them. I think Sponge is just retiring. He loves his homies, you know. They've been together for a long time. No disrespect to Jaja. Will not tolerate it. Jaja are I have a lot of friends on Jaja as well. You know, I'm not entirely close with all of them because it's a LATAM team. But like Sponge and Troller, they are homies. And no disrespect to their team. I'm not going to play another game because we should be getting our next invite in like 1 minute here. Got the IS-4 camo offer. Also, I didn't even pay attention to the post-game results. What did we get? 3.9. That's a first class? Guys, 3.9 is a first class in the IS-4 right now, y'all. Ace bar is not that high. 1300 is not that bad of XP, though. I got a lot more XP than I should for 3900. My shots were pretty accurate, with the exception of one miss on the T57. Although, I actually think that one of the ways that I've improved best as a player is by hitting my shots more. I used to be like about an 82, 83% accurate player. Now I'm finding myself closer to 90, and my career has definitely improved. The fact that my accuracy has gone up from like 82 to 86 nearly is huge, because if you think about the amount of shots that you fire, for your accuracy to shoot up like that is actually insane. And I feel that hitting my shots more, aiming them in a little bit more, making sure they connect. Because if you hit one extra shot per game, in a T125, your average damage goes up by 400, right? That's insane. It's a very large number. Got an invite. It says 0 minutes. I really hope that it's not 0 minutes, because it shouldn't be. But let me go ahead and hide this as we watch Origin v Reggie now. Got to set up in a light tank. We'll continue with the bat chat. But here we are with Origin Reggie. So let's get that set up. Yeah, last set was great. I hope that y'all enjoyed that one. Honestly, I think this stream is going a lot better than yesterday's stream. Despite the crash, I still think that it's going better. I really do. I think I'm doing a better job than yesterday. And I hope that y'all are enjoying as well. When is the last time you played tier 10 pubs? I mean, I've played a game here or there, like, pretty consistently. Like, I'll usually play, like, maybe 2 or 3 tier 10 games a month. But that's usually, outside of when I test a tier 10, basically never. It's been probably around 2 years since I've done it reliably, or even more. Probably more. depends on the tank, right? Because a lot of my tanks that have around 2400, 2500 average damage were tanks that I've really not touched since like 2016, 2017, and I was not that good of a player back then. Whereas right now, you know, I think my 30 days around 3500 for tier 10. Sorry, there's something on my sock that's bothering me. So I've definitely grown a lot as a player since my time as a streamer, and really before that even then. But I don't know, I've just started enjoying tier 10 a little bit more, because I started letting loose a little bit more as well. I'm going to go to the BRB screen really quickly, grab another drink. Oh, that's not the BRB screen. This is the BRB screen. So I'm going to put this on, and then we will jump right on in. I'm just going to grab a drink real quick, because I drank this water bottle already. Right, here we are. Just want to check chat real quick. Agree with you, Reggie played well. They definitely did. Forgot YouTube. What's up, Shadow? YouTube's chill though. Usually YouTube's pretty chill. Anyway, here are the teams that we will be watching. I didn't look at the maps already, although I believe Draconic has actually posted them somewhere in Discord, so let me check that real quick. Yukon, Black, Goldville, Mayan, and Castilla. Thank you, Draconic, for that. Yukon, Black, Goldville, Mayan, Castilla. So Yukon and Black, Goldville are guaranteed, and then if it's not a 4-0, we'll see Mayan, and potentially Castilla if a tiebreaker. Which I'm always happy to see those maps. These are good maps as well. Yukon as well, or Yukon in particular, is a really nice map that I've definitely grown to appreciate a lot more and more since I dropped my map tier list a while back. I actually did make one. Maybe I should make an updated one. There were a couple of changes that I realized, like, as soon as I dropped the tier list, I'm like, wait, this is not as good as it could have been. But anyway, I'm beside myself here. We got a minute left till the game starts. Origin, who's currently undefeated. Reggie, who is 1-2 right now. And as it seems, we have a very different set of tanks between... No, it's not that different, actually. MLEs and 60 TPs are making up a majority of both teams. Reggie is complementing these with a Yo and 2 Stirves. Origin with a Type and a TVP. So those are very different. And that's what I was looking at mostly. Because Origin's running, first of all, a medium tank. Second of all, an autoloader medium tank, such as the TVP. Third of all, a Type. Type's got a lot of armor. Reggie does not have a lot of armor in their complementing tanks, being the Yo and Stirves. But they do have really good damage output. So... curious to see how they will both get used. I feel like that's a cop-out line I can say whenever I don't have a conclusion to draw. But it's certainly, like, you know, I don't have a conclusion to draw, so we'll see how the teams play. Looks like half of the Origin team is not running an Avatar. I also wanted to point that out. Just thought that was kind of funny. 4 out of their 7 players are not running an Avatar. Also, I was hanging out with a lot of Origin players earlier today before the stream. We were hanging out playing some Risk, you know, the classic board game, but playing the online version. We were playing that for a little bit, having some connection issues, and then we switched over to Krunker, which is an FPS Discord minigame. We were having a lot of fun with that. Bubba was there, Supchat was there, his name also known as Panzer J was there. It was a good time, but that's cool. So I have homies in the Origin clan, although of course I have a couple friends in the Reggie clan as well, Atomic and Droodles, of course. So yeah, that's a little bit about both of the teams and my own experiences with them. Right now it looks like Reggie will take a brief cap lead as they take C, but Origin is driving right through B. They're playing hyper aggressive here. Look at these MLEs. They're immediately going for a trap on Diablo. But in fact, Droodles is here to farm some shots into them as well. He's rocking his dinosaur camo. And Diablo's actually not getting punished at all. He's just fine. Origin's already bled out about 2,000 hit points already. So up, down, left, right, Tanner kind of holding off here as the rest of their tanks go around, but Jay's taken several bleeds already, and Reggie's responded actually quite effectively, and Ben could put a shot into Jay as well. He's aiming it. No, but Diablo does take some hits here finally. Tanner up, down. Bubba's going to join the fray as well. Will he sneak a shot in? He does. So Diablo is actually much lower than Jay at the moment. Reggie's going to go for a bit of a counter push here. Also looks like Tunnel's having a little bit of a 1v1. I just want to draw to this right now. Stir versus a type. We'll see who wins this one. Atomic does fall, actually. Hold on. I missed something there. Well, I should be paying attention to this side because Atomic was not low. It was Diablo that was low, not Atomic. I should be paying attention over here. Let's do that. He probably could have gone for the kill in Gentleman, but instead opting to put in a safe shell as Gentleman and Droodles do end up falling. I do want to come back to this 1v1. I don't know what's it's just so interesting about it, but you know, it's like new meta versus old meta, and you can see the reason the type was so strong is because the armor is fantastic. Going back to the other side, looks like Flume is going to beat Jay in the 1v1 unless he rolls low, but Watachu struggling to get around Tunnel, and it looks like Tanner's helping out as well, so maybe not a full strict 1v1, but Tunnel should pick this up. Again, I don't know why I'm hyper fixated on this, because there's definitely a lot of other stuff going on that I could have looked at, so my bad there, but yeah, I did miss what happened to Atomic, and I think that's not a good start for me, because I should have seen Atomic. I should be paying more attention to sub chat and the TVP, as he got a really good clip in, because he did pick up that kill, I believe. Yeah, on top with 4k damage. Panzer, my bad, bro, my bad. I should be paying more attention to you. Oh, man. Okay, well, anyway, we got that out of our system. Also, I would like to draw some attention to all these backgrounds. You can see they are all running the stellar background that you get for attaining top 1. These are your defending champions, and all 7 of these players are returning from the original Origin team that won last season, so they're all running that background, and I gotta say, it looks great on them. It really does. I think it's the best looking background in the game, bar none. And I'm even biased towards my own background because I'm running the community contributor background, which is a unique one in and of itself, and is actually more rare on the NA server than that, but I think the top 1 background looks way better. I shouldn't say way better, but I think it looks better. I think it's the best looking one for sure. Anyway, Origin is running 2 TVPs now. I definitely have to pay more attention to them this time, but so are Reggie. 2 TVPs on either team, 2 MLEs on either team. Reggie's got 3 Stirves, Origin has 2, and an IS-7 to round it out. So very similar lineups for both teams here. Very, very similar. Here's to see what they're using, because like this is an asymmetrical map. We all know this. You know, both spawns are not played the same way. So the fact that both teams opted to use nearly the same lineup, Watachu's changing. Could he be playing an IS-7? Imagine if he switches to one last second. That would be hype. He doesn't. Unfortunate. That would have been funny. Well, so hello in the chat to Leopard winner, Prabhu as well. Good to have both of you. And Nivix Cats. What's up? Nivix Nats. Sorry, I've been pronouncing that wrong. Now, Origin played hyper-aggressive last game, and even though the push initially didn't look strong, the TVP definitely cleaned up, and again, I didn't pay as much attention to it as I should have, as I was so engrossed in the 1v1s, because oftentimes, the small little 1v1s do provide some pretty good entertaining content, you know, especially ones on Mayan Ruin between a certain Ponda player and a certain Joker player, so I'm trying to not miss on those small details, but at the same time, my small details should not put aside the main fight. In terms of the main fight, Reggie is doing pretty similar to what Origin did last game. They are pushing hard to trap the seaside, but they're not finding anything there. Atomic's just going to drive right on through and get behind Origin, but he's spotted, so they know this is coming. But good bleeds off the bat from Origin, and they are going to be sending both of their Stirves into Atomic here. But at the same time, the TVPs are making a move themselves here. I want to see, are they finding anything? Not quite. And Reggie's TVPs are running. Origin goes for the counter push. Doodles is trying to sneak shots in, and Tunnel is actually taking some damage here. But Pew and Muxv, aka up, down, left, right, are going to be taking the hits Instead, while Tunnel, holds off until those clips are empty, he's going to go in for the kill. He gets it. Ben is going to try to hunt around for Tunnel, but he's not going to find it. I also want to check out the two TVPs. They seem to be in a bit of an engagement here as Reggie is rotating back around with their own. Sorry, I know the camera's going all around right now, but the TVPs from Origin, Subchat could be caught out here. Diablo is going to cross around here. But Diablo could get caught out himself. No. Origin is able to hide it, and now Watachu just completely overextending here. I don't know what his decision would be to drive in the middle of 5 Origin tanks, but that's exactly what he did there. And now it's just a straight up 7 versus 2. And now it is only the TVPs from Reggie that remain. Droodles will be the first tank to get blacked, and then Diablo will find himself alone. I didn't update the scoreboard from that first game. Origin won game 1, my bad, and they would take game 2 as well. Oopsie daisy. I know probably, with all the delay, everyone's commenting the entire time. Scoreboard, scoreboard. Don't worry, guys. It'll all work out in the end. It'll all work out. Just trust, trust, trust. But Origin with a clean 7-0 that time. Didn't lose a single tank. Reggie tried doing the move that Origin did. Origin was more ready for it with a decommit. They rotated back. Did a counter push through their own spawn. Reggie tried to stop it. Couldn't stop it. TVPs ran away. But they ended up not being able to be as effective. And now, of course, the game where I do pay attention to all the TVPs, they didn't do that much. But it's okay. It's okay. Anyway. 2-0 lead for Origin here as we move to Black Goldville. Another great competitive map, although I am finding myself saying that about most of the maps this season. I do appreciate how we're also seeing a lot of map diversity here in top 8. There was a lot of repeated maps in the qualifying stage, and in my understanding with Tolian and the comments that I've previously made with her in terms of feedback, there's not a whole lot that they can do right now without doing a lot of, changes to the game. And that's like kind of resources that Wargaming doesn't really feel the need to put into tournaments. But during again, the qualifying stage, the maps are pretty much randomized. But during top 8, it's more easy to select them for a round robin because reasons, I suppose. I don't know. But we're seeing better map diversity, thankfully. Both teams, interesting lineups here, 3 Sturves each. Origin's going to complement it with 2 777s, a T100, and a 60 TP. Reggie has 160 TP, an IS-7, a Kron, and a Leopard. We're seeing the Leopard come back out. Reggie seems to be believers in these non-standard tanks. They've run the Bat Chat multiple times. They've run the Leopard multiple times now. And they had pretty good success with it in their last set, but Origin's a completely different beast of a team to deal with. Yes, Ponda is good. They are great, and Reggie put up a great show against them, but I don't think it is a crazy statement to make that Origin is a completely different level of team than Ponda as things have gone in the past. Obviously, they are your defending champions. They're very strong. They've also not dropped a single set yet this entire tournament. Actually, that's not true. They dropped, I think, 1 in qualifiers to Naps. And maybe 1 other. But that wasn't a very consequential set, as Origin still ended up undefeated. Also, Diablo and Subchat both spotting each other in the middle there. Nice little spotting run that both tanks decide to make. Diablo takes a hit out of it. Subchat does not. I wanted to pay attention to Gentleman there, as he's in a Kronvon, which is a common reset position used for the B base. Origin's not doing that, however. They're fully committed on the A side, and as such will not have easy resets on B base just because it's a lot easier of a position to hold from the town, which is where Reggie's playing. Reggie's already taken the C base. Origin is not worried about A. We can already see that they've driven right on through the cap. Up, down, left, right. The closest tank down there. Uh-oh, Jay's taking hits. What's going on? Oh no, Jay is a little overextended here. Jay is caught out. Gentleman might be able to pick him up here. This is not good. Droodles will have shots. Atomic's going to have shots. Jay is not looking good right now. Origin is just going to try to keep up the pressure in order to kind of counteract all the shots that Jay has taken, because Watachu is in danger himself. And right now the points are in favor of Reggie, both in terms of caps and in terms of hit points. But Origin's got aggression on their side. They've got momentum. And Jay is still alive here as well. Looks like we are seeing some flanking plays from the T100 LT. Playing Ring Around the Roosie with Flumo, as Bubba's going to try to chase down as well. A goofy little engagement here, and Flumo's not going to catch him, though. He's just going to turn around and run. Bubba's going to relax, but Origin is ready to pick up their second tank. But look how low everyone is. Take a look on that left side there. All of those hit points. So many low hit point tanks here, and Reggie does have a good opportunity to clean themselves up here. Yes, they have less tanks. Well, now it's even, and they have a lot more hit points. They get quick kills on up, down, left, right, J, Pew, and they take out Tunnel. They've got a better setup for the long run here. Origin pushed in perhaps a little bit preemptively there, and Reggie was ready for it, to be honest with you. They grabbed their base, they got early bleeds, and Origin tried to, cover up the wound by killing other tanks from Reggie, but they bled way too much to get that. Now, Bubba will fall. Subchat, who is your Ring Around the Rosie champion for 2023, is unfortunately not going to surpass Reggie this time. So Reggie does put themselves on the board, which is no small feat against a team like Origin, but it's going to be a big ask for them to prove themselves further here, which I believe they can do, but it's going to take a lot of effort on their end. If you can customize a 34 hoodie, yes, you can. I will comment again. I said this earlier. The print quality is, the quality itself was good, like in terms of resolution. But if you're ordering the hoodie like I have, the print is starting to fall off a little bit. I have a couple t-shirts in this hat. They do not suffer the same issue. So if you pick up a t-shirt or a hat, probably won't have the issue. But for this sweatshirt, you wouldn't really be able to see it unless I put it really close to the stream, which I could do later. Maybe you can a little bit, but there's you can see a little bit of black holes. It's definitely starting to peel away a little bit after maybe 4 or 5 wash cycles. I found myself wearing it a lot less and less lately just because of the fact that it's falling off. And I feel like if I do another 1 or 2 wash cycles, it will just be really bad. So that's my only warning with the merch. But other than that, it's been great. Like the shirts, the hat, amazing quality. Would order more. Anyway, Black Gold will spawns swap here in Origin, running 3 Sturves 2E5s. Kron and T100, subchat again in the light tank. Reggie this time, no Leopard. They're going to be running 3 Sturves, 95E6. Drool says it's a better Sturve, and he's going to be putting that on show by running it instead of the Sturve today. Kron type concept. Solid lineups for both teams. Excuse me. Reggie a little bit more on the damage output side, though. Then again, the type and the concepts aren't really well known for that, I suppose. I was more referring to the T95E6, and then the Kron has some nice burst as well. But here we are, y'all. Game 4. Well, here we are, everybody. Game number 4, and it looks like Origin is again committing hard A. Doing a very similar positioning to before. Subjet's going to spot middle, and this time he's not going to have as quick opposition as last game, where they had a Leopard right in the middle to kind of counteract him, but Subjet's going to drive all the way out in the bush. Gentleman gets lit. Is he going to blind fire? Subjet's not really in an easy position to get blind fire. He actually just drops right on out. Makes sense. And he gets away, no problem, gets a little bit of information. And Reggie, who had previously committed over towards the A side for the most part, actually grabs C with Doodles by himself in the T95E6. So very ballsy play for him to isolate himself just like that, but luckily for him, Origin's not there. And in fact, this allows a early cap lead from Reggie. They're going to rotate themselves back towards the defensive side of things, although they aren't necessarily getting rid of their presence. You can see Gentleman in the middle here, although he's a little bit isolated right now. Reggie could definitely support soon. Tanner taking a couple hits there. Is it worth it? No, oh my goodness. Oh, Tunnel's overextended here. Uh-oh. Tunnel has found Reggie's lineup. He's taken a few hits himself, and again, Reggie is bleeding out Origin early here. They've got good setups for this map. Pew's taking bleeds, all these Sturves in the back, and Origin's just kind of driving into them. They are going to go for the pick on Gentleman. They think it's useful here, but up, down, left, right is actually going to be taking a good amount of damage here. And in come Reggie with the counter push. However, it looks like Droodles is getting caught out here. Uh-oh. He's fighting Subchat and Bubba. Bubba's fully unloaded. Droodles should be able to put another shot in, but he will go down. Going for an HE, but Subchat picks up the kill. Jay will fall on the other side of the map, though, and Bubba's actually quite isolated for a while. Subchat definitely fast enough to get himself in the game quickly again, but Reggie's about to pick up the kill on up, down, left, right as well. Flumo, does he have the gun depression to get that one? He does. Now Pew is in a bit of trouble, as well as Tunnel and Tanner, but with Tachu incredibly low, but not before Atomic falls, actually. So things are not looking too bad for Origin. It's a 5-on-3, but Flumo's going to go for Tanner here. Pew trying to go for a body block, but not fast enough to do it. He gets the kill, but not before Tanner puts another shot in. It's a 3-on-3, but the hit points are actually looking quite even here, if not slightly in favor of Origin, as Pew's looking to get the kill, but Subchat gets it. Where's Subchat right now? He's all the way over on that side of the map right here. Ben is trying to chase him down, but we already know that Subchat is your ring around the Rosie champion. Ben is not going to catch him. It's just not happening. He shoots through the middle. It doesn't matter, bro. Subchat is better at ring around the Rosie than you. It does not matter. And Ben X Ike is going to fall to Bubba in just a moment. I just kind of want to see this little 1v1 shenanigans. We are seeing some twins here, Diablo and Pew, running some very similar camos. Type 71 E5. These are my last two brain cells fighting for third place as they both bounce off of each other. But thankfully, Pew had some teammates to bail him out. Origin going to take that one 3-1 despite getting bled out early again. Found a couple isolated targets. They found Gentleman in the middle isolated. They found Droodles all alone in the 95E6 isolated. And the rest of their tanks were able to hold on long enough for Bubba and Subchat to return to the fight. Bubba on top with 4.1. Great game from him. Reggie looked promising with their counter push, but they were not able to get the kills fast enough. And now we're down to a 3-1 lead for Origin as we move to Mayan Ruins for the next map. So Reggie was able to avoid the 4-0 allegations, but they're definitely going to have to fight very hard if they want a shot at winning this set, which would be crucial for them. If they can take out Origin, there are not a lot of teams that I would have thought that would be capable of taking down Origin. But, you know, it would take a tremendous amount of effort on their side, which I would be happy to see today. Because a great set is a great set, no matter who wins it. Does Origin play Joker? Not this season. Wash it inside out. Yeah, that's what I tend to do, but it still happens. Anyway, mine is the next map here, and we are seeing an interesting lineup from Reggie. Reggie's going crazy here. 2 T57s? No, maybe just one. But a VK72 as well. Which, by the way, I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to the patch notes, but the VK72 is getting some interesting changes. No, they're getting rid of them. Okay. Maybe no 57s. I was excited for a second. I was ready to see some chaos on the heavy side. So I can't imagine they'd be taken anywhere else. But no, none of those. Origin rocking 3 Sturbs, 2 E5s, 2 IS7s, keeping it simple. No lights for them, no lights for Reggie. With 2 60 TPs, 2 Sturbs, 2 777s, and a VK to round things off. Tip for any hoodie design is putting Mod Podge on the design and letting it dry up. Okay. So that's good for prints and stuff? Mod Podge? I will look into that, Millie. Thank you for the recommendation. And Kaiser as well. Even though washing it inside out is something I do. These are all good tips and could be useful if anyone else wanted to pick up a 34 hoodie. Because, again, even if the prints don't always last, it's incredibly comfortable. It's the most comfortable sweatshirt that I own. And I'm a big hoodie person. I own like 5 of them at this point, I think. 5? I wear hoodies quite frequently anyway. Droodle's running a Sturf, maybe admitting to his team that it's not better than the T95E6. And decides to run a Sturf. Gets spotted, but actually spots up, down, left, right, and tunnel as well in the middle. We're just going to drive right into the B base. Okay, Bubba's just going right for it, y'all. Origin committing more towards the middle. No, he's not grabbing the base. He's not interested in it. And Origin actually will relinquish the cap lead. I believe Droodles is going to take the cap lead. Where is he? He's right here. Yeah. Barely taking the cap lead, but he does so. And Bubba actually does take a hit there, but he's just going to try to drive right around Flumo. The VK72, but Reggie's already turning around. They are already looking to counter push into Bubba, or at least defend from him. And he is definitely very far out there, but Origin has some defense for him. The E5s are there, but the Sturves are moving away. They're all rotating back. And Reggie's turned around here. I think once those Sturves get spotted, Reggie could definitely go for a hard push here on Bubba. Jay is sneaking around as well himself in the IS-7, and that could further discourage Reggie from pushing, but I don't know what could stop Reggie from doing it, honestly. Yeah, Jay gets lit. Tomic's driving that way. Now he backs up. Maybe Reggie's second-guessing themselves. Jay does take a hit, but look at all the Sturves here. They're the only tanks unspotted here for Origin, but up, down, left, right is spotted. Bubba did take a second hit, but he's going right for A base. No, he's going to try to farm with Tachi. The rest of the Sturves coming on in, E5's coming in, but Reggie goes for the counter push. Bubba's still chilling, though. He's not in immediate danger. Unless Flumo is somehow able to hit him, Gentleman could jump on top, but Watachi gets taken out by the Sturves. Gentleman doesn't... No, he does have the gun depression to get the kill here. Sorry, to put a shot in. And Tomic may get the kill himself. But the VK72 here, we can note that he's all the way at the bottom. He's taken a long time to join the fight. And in that time, Origin's going to pick up another kill here. They do so on Diablo. They're surrounding Ben X Ike as well. Tanner should pick this one up. And Pew is still alive, by the way. Pew is still alive. Atomic will hunt him down. Tunnel's going to try to go for some hit point sharing. And yeah, Atomic misses the kill shot on Pew. Great sharing from Tunnel. Gentleman's not even looking in Pew's direction. Doesn't even care about the kill. And even though Jay does lose the 1v1 to Droodles, Reggie's not looking for kills here. That's an issue. They missed the kill on Pew. Ben wasn't even looking for the kill, and they're just losing on the tanks now. This game is very much over. It's a 5-on-2. Flumo is surrounded. He goes down, and once again, Iddles Droodles left alone. He's not wasting any time. He's just going to try to join the fight, see if he can get a kill. He may actually get the kill, unless up, down, left, right drives right into him. Yeah, hit point sharing, effective. And that's going to be this set, 4-1. Victory for Origin. Reggie did put themselves on the board, and for that I'm happy. Subchat went for a jump, didn't quite get it. But we can see a cute little hug at the end to celebrate Origin's success. And they take it. Great job to Origin. Reggie, y'all fought well, and I appreciate your efforts today. We had some really good sets from you. And thank you for putting on a great show for us today. And yeah, everyone who predicted Origin, congrats, you got your points. But props to Origin, or sorry, props to Reggie for putting up a good fight as before. Origin can beat Joker, it would be close. Origin are the defending champs, so yes, they definitely can win. They have won before. Spring season, yeah, spring, not winter. But yeah, that's that set, 4-1. We can see if any of the others are done, although I'm not entirely sure if they would be. Unless there were some quick 4-0s, which are possible, I suppose. Actually, yeah, most of the sets are done. There's only one still going on. Never mind. Okay. Let's check it out. So, we scroll down, Tour 4 now completed. Joker 4-1 Evany. Evany took a game off Joker. Are they the only team to do so? No, Dinos took a game off. Reggie couldn't. Nox couldn't. Evany could. They took a game. Good on them. Rose watched this set. Leverage Dino still going on. This is going to be a big one. Dinos needs to win this in order to get a positive record. They're 0-3 right now. If they go 0-4, then they're not looking good. That's a really bad start. If they can win against Leverage, that'd be good. Leverage is 2-1, I believe. Yeah, 2-1. So they have a margin of error, but not much, because they still have to fight some good teams. Ponda 4-0 over Nox, and we saw this set here. So Nox is unfortunately not doing too hot so far. They've been 4-0'd. They've been 4-0'd. They've took a tiebreaker to Evany, and they've been 4-0'd. So unfortunately, Nox not quite in a good situation so far for top 8 either. For making top 4, I should say, from top 8. Anyway, that is that. I'm not going to stick around to wait for this set to complete. I don't know who I'm watching tomorrow. I wanted to wait to see kind of how the points were looking today before I made any kind of decision on who I request. Then again, my requests aren't always, answered fully. It's not like it's a guarantee that everyone I ask for I get to stream, but it's always good to consider what the standings are, and not just what teams you think are going to be fun to watch, because the importance of, the standings is not to be understated. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm going to put us on the just chatting scene now as I wrap up. I just wanted to say thank you all again for being here. And there's one more announcement that I wanted to make as well. So let me really quickly go ahead, pull that up. Something that I have put on before, but I think it's appropriate to do it again, just because this is something that's going on tomorrow. And that is Terrari's birthday. So if you're watching this live, the oldest clan on the NA server is having their 9th birthday tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. And this is the Discord link if you would like to join. It's a event. This will be my 3rd year participating in this event. I've had a lot of fun with it in the past. I told Stream that I was going to try and see if I could dig up my kind of memento that I got from this, my merchandise. I actually got a keychain. They mailed me a keychain, Triari keychain, which was pretty cool. But I didn't end up digging up all my college stuff. It's packed away. It's in a bunch of bins, and it's not easy for me to access if it's where I think it is. So I didn't get to dig it up. But annoying song. Skip. Yeah, you should definitely go and join this. Yo, Snack with the sub. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate you. Let's go, Snack. Thanks for the sub. Also follows from Henchman, Vladir, and Prabhu. Welcome, y'all. But yeah, if you are interested in joining this event, I will be here as well tomorrow. We'll be having some fun. Tomorrow's my day off from streaming tournaments. There's no matches going on, and I will be here. So if you'd like to join and celebrate Cherry's 9th birthday, you can do so. Anyway, that is actually going to be it, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here, y'all. And then if you are watching on Twitch, going to raid out starting now. And if you're watching on YouTube, then I guess this is goodbye. It's been a fun set so far. I think today was much better in terms of the way I broke things down. And it was just a great match overall, for sure, for all the teams. So we will see y'all in the next one. So yeah, as always, stay safe. Happy tanking.